Good morning, guys. Hope everyone is cool. We'll wait 5 more minutes for other people to join. In the meantime, make sure that you have pushed the like button and let me know if you can hear me perfectly. Everything is cool. Then we'll talk about the price action. Hey Tamimi, good morning, sir. How are you? Thank you, brother. I just came home actually, so I'll just need 5 more minutes, other people to join, and then we'll start talking about this price action. I have something specifically to show you. So those people who have seen the video where I have uh, explained this run, uh, if you have watched that video, this video is actually the exact same thing I have explained in that specific video. So if you didn't watch that video, maybe it's gonna be a bit difficult for you to understand. But if you have watched that video, everything is gonna be very clean to you. Okay. So I hope that all of you have watched that video already. Alhamdulillah, how are you? I'm so cool. Thank you, brother, for asking. Alhamdulillah, I'm so cool. It's been long, brother. I don't get you. You are now these days you are busy, Tamimi. Who else is here? Pamela is here. Sorry, Pamelia. Pamela is here. Tamim is here. Ishfaq is here. Jinshit is here. Listing is here. Sam is here. Is there anyone else here? I know actually. Okay, Jamie is here as well. Walaikum salam, Ishfaq. Prat Ek is also here. Thank you. That's cool. Hakam was here on Friday but had some visitors later and had to leave. Oh, okay. Why I didn't see your comment, by the way? I think I missed your comment, Tamimi. You are my mod, so I always try to remember that the mods are here. Vijaya, good morning, brother. Sujivan is also here. Hey, Sujivan, good morning, brother. I go by my second name, Sophia. Okay, sorry. Okay, Sophia. Thank you, sis, for clearing that. Welcome, Sophia. Welcome back. Hello, Vijaya. How are you, sir? Gangjang, good morning. FL Trader, Grand Rising. Grand Rising, absolutely penguin. And now they banned Discord in Jordan, so I'm trying other way to connect. Oh, okay. So Discord is banned in Jordan. I didn't know that. A lot of the things that are happening on, I mean, Middle West. Yeah. Hey Deepak, how are you, sir? I'll start to talk about the price action exactly at 8:40. So we'll just 30 more second. Good morning, Uchuk. In Bangladesh, around the daytime it's too hot. Around the night times it's too cold. Because the winter is coming actually, so it's really difficult. By the way, thank you so much, guys, for being over here. Would love to talk about the price action. First of all, I would love to talk about the weekly analysis video. In that video, I specifically told that I want to see gap down. First, I would love to explain why I expected the gap down. Anytime market make the new day opening gap or new week opening gap, that is actually the real gap. By the way, this is not the new week opening gap because the market is still closed. It will open tomorrow around 9:30. So the market is still closed. All of you are seeing here, it's actually the, what to say, I mean, the electronic trading hour, not the regular trading hour. Of course, I will talk about this regular trading hour and electronic trading hour today's PM session, members only live, where I will explain the what to say, I mean, the session liquidity. So everything will be absolutely clear about the session liquidity by this video, by this session. It's gonna be the members only live, of course. So whatever, just if you see any kind of new week opening gap, that means Friday close and Sunday open, the new week opening gap or the new day opening gap is actually the real liquidity void. That means that area there is no buy, there is no sell, nothing in that gap. So most of the time this market actually, these gaps is kind of magnet. Price always go toward that gaps. So if the gap down around the Sunday, you can see the gap up actually here. So if the gap down was here, then what I was explaining over there, that this market will go higher first. That means the liquidity is already gone. I don't need to think about that liquidity. Now if this market fall, I just can't think about the keep falling. I can't think about that. Why? Because if market fall, this gap is now the liquidity. Maybe after taking this liquidity, market will go higher again. It can possible, okay, it can happen. That is why I wanted to see gap down. That would be easier for me to frame more sales toward that sell side liquidity. But as the market opened, gapped up over here, now it is a liquidity area. So this whole area is now a liquidity over here. This is just a liquidity. So if this market fall, there is a possibility that market will take the liquidity and then it will go higher again. So though I don't want to see that, but it is possible. Now this is low probability. Until this gap is not going to be broken by this specific week, I just can't think that it's going higher or it's going to fall. So it's kind of a week where it's always the low probability, as I explained around the uh, weekly analysis video. So I'm not going inside that weekly analysis video here. Instead of that, I just wanted to explain why I wanted to see gap down. So for example, market opened here around this area. So if the market opened here, then it would trade this area. Around here it would trade there, it would go higher, then it would fall. Wow, awesome. That means the liquidity is gone over here to this specific area. The liquidity is gone. But as this market opened here around this area, so it will go higher, then it will fall, take the liquidity, it will go higher again, trade some kind of fair value gap, keep going higher. It is also possible. This new week opening gap will work as a support. That is why it is now low probability until this new week opening gap is not broken. I just can't think about the keep falling. There is the way this market opened, it's a clear sign of bullishness. Okay, there is no confusion. This is a clear sign of the bullishness. I am not interested to think about the bull. The reason is as it has traded that minus 2.5 standard deviation. I just can't think about the bullishness anyway. But the way this market opened, it's the clear sign that I'm bullish. I'm going to go much more higher, even though I'm not interested to see that, by the way. Now, I would love to draw your attention over here. If you have watched the video where I just make the title advanced price action, so you have remembered that this market has traded the upper quadrant of this week. So this is that upper quadrant, and then I've showed you the 50% of that week, and then this market went higher by trading that order block around this area. There was the order block, so market trade that order block, keep going higher. This week has traded the fair value gap over here. So after trading this fair value gap, when the market actually trade the upper quadrant of that week, any kind of bullish PDRA is a good example to look for the buy. First, the week has traded the gap, then the week has traded the upper quadrant of that week. That is the sign I'm extremely bullish. Then third important thing is kind of bullish PDRA. Here I have the order block. Maybe you will have a fair value gap. Maybe you will have an inversion fair value gap. Maybe there is a 22 YT model. I don't know. But whatever bullish PDRA you will get, you will be able to take the buy over there. So now I'm interested to come in 1 minute chart, and I'm using the replay mode so that you guys can understand everything. So actually let me use the replay mode around. Where was that? Just a second. Okay, let me actually use the replay mode so that I can explain. Okay, that's the area. So I will use it until 6:30. So over here, this is the Asia session. That means market opened here, it closed there, opened here. Now what is the gap? It has gapped up kind of 352 handle. That is the 352 handle gap up. After that gap up, the first candle is kind of 200 handle. Okay, so far I remember this is 200 handle, something like that. By the way, the way it has kept up over here around this area and then went higher. If I go to the hourly chart, around the weekly analysis video, I told that I want to see this will be traded and then this market will fall. As you have seen, the market has opened above the constant crossment of this week. The way it opened, it's simply bullish that market is going to trade this entry fair value gap. Until this entry fair value gap, this market is going to trade. For the leg from the hourly chart, I just don't want to see this last fair value gap will be traded. My maximum line is the 50% of this entry gap according to that weekly analysis video. If it come here, I will start to think about the buy again. Otherwise, if it respect the 50% of this hourly week, okay, I'm still cool to think about the sell. So by the way, the market has opened above the hourly gap, which was the discounted gap. As it opened here, I just don't need this gap anymore, so I'll just remove that gap. This is that weekly bullish fair value gap. If you remember the weekly bullish fair value gap, market opened here, trade there. So I would love to see how far this market opened. So I'm going to mark this low to that candle low. So you guys mark the the first presented gap, something like that. I'm going to use this one, even though you don't need it, because there all you need a gap. So you can just mark it until here. This is a gap where market has traded this gap, just the upper portion of this gap. I just would love to mark it from this candle, opened there, make a huge run, made a gap over here. I'm just thinking on my left, this is the highest candle or anything over here. Okay, so just this whole area is the void. You can see there is no buy, no sell, nothing. From this candle high or close to this candle low, there is no buy or no sell, nothing is over there. So this is the real liquidity void. I don't want to see that this market will fall, go below the 50% of that specific area. If it do that, then it will come for the liquidity void area. This whole area is the liquidity void. No buy, no sell, nothing. So real liquidity void. This market fall until the 50%. More importantly, this week is the lowest week that has traded a fair value gap. Again, if you want to mark it from here, you can do it. I'm just going to use I am just going to eliminate it, the void area. That means there is no price action. So going to use this low and that candle low, this whole gap imbalances when this market came until the 50%. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark a line over here around this area. So it has traded the 50%. I don't need it to see the 50%, but the 50% is important because if the body work with the lower portion of this 50%, that means it has a possibility to come to this void area. That means it will maybe give me the buy, sell, whatever it wants, it will give me over there. So until it is above the constant encroachment, the bodies are above the constant encroachment of this whole area or the imbalances, I'm cool to think about the buy. I'm going to remove this one. Instead of that, why I should look for the buy? First, I would love to draw your attention this high and that high. Okay, so when the market gapped up, what the first thing it has done, it has made the clean highs over there. Even though that high is taken by 2 tick, unfortunately it actually took by 2 tick, which is called the obvious liquidity, but you can see simply it's a clean highs over there, right? Clean highs. Market fall, trade the 50% of that area, failed to come to this void area, then started to go higher. Now the Asia session starts from 7 a.m. New York local time. This is the area where the Asia session starts. That means that is the kill zone. We can push our button. Like the London session, I look for the liquidity from 1 to 6, but pushing button is only valid in between 2 to 5. Something here for the Asia session. The pushing button is only valid from 7 to until 10 a.m. Actually 9:30, not exactly 10, but yeah, you can extend it until 10 a.m. if you 10 p.m. if you want. So 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. As this is the retracement to that imbalance, this is the lowest week. That week is important to me, so I'm going to mark that week, which has cleared all the lows. Most prominent week, trade a gap. So this week, upper quadrant, lower quadrant, and the 50% are important to me. From the weekly daily chart, you have seen that how I have used that week from the daily chart. Okay, so where I have shown you that first it has traded the upper portion of this gap, sorry, that week, then the next week has traded the 50%, then this market keep going higher. Both of that week has traded a fair value gap. If you see here, this upper quadrant has been traded over here by this week. So this week 50% should be important, right? In daily chart you have seen that, but unfortunately this week didn't trade any fair value gap around that area. So this week is not important to me. If you go to the daily chart, you will be able to see that that week has traded the fair value gap. This week also traded the fair value gap from the daily chart. In that specific video I have explained advanced price action. So first, when it tapped here and make a fair value gap, of course you can look for some kind of buys from the gap, as you should expect that it should work with the 50%. So you can just frame a trade from there by covering this gap and take some profit over there. I'm just not interested because this is outside of the session, so I can't take any kind of entries over there. Same thing here. According to that logic, it should not, where it should not go below the constant crossment. So maybe you will put a limit order over there. For the sake of this conversation, you will put the stop loss below the breakaway gap. This is the breakaway gap, so you will put it over there. You will go for 1:1, so something like 1:1, 31 handle, something like that, because it was extremely volatile around that area. So you'll get some partial over here. Maybe it will go higher after taking the partial. You'll put your stop loss to the break even. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just not interested here because this was outside of the session. So I'm more interested to see what this market is going to do exactly from 7 a.m. because 7 a.m. is my area where I am able to trade from 7 a.m. Okay, so from 7 a.m. I'm able to trade from 7 a.m. Until then, I'm just not interested to do anything over here. So let's see what this market actually done. This market fall a bit and come here, okay, and then very near to 7 a.m. Okay, so this is the 7 a.m. zone. The very next candle is going to be the 7 p.m., not 7 a.m. My mistake, I'm so sorry. If I say 7 a.m., you will understand that it is not 7 a.m., it is the 7 p.m. because I'm explaining the price action from the what to say, I mean the Asia session. Okay, so here all of this price action, what it has done, first I have this clean highs over here. You can see that is that clean highs. Market left from this high and that high, they were the clean highs over here, right over there. This is the first thing I'm watching from this market. I have the clean buy side liquidity over there, as well as from the lower time frame. Sorry, from here I have seen that this market has traded the gap 50%, which I'm going to make it bold. It has traded the 50%, then that is the upper quadrant of that week. So according to the logic, when this market will come inside this 7 p.m., any kind of bullish PDRA, I can use the buy over here and can hold my trade until this buy side liquidity. So until that liquidity, of course, in the meantime, you will take some partial around 1:1, and then you will close your trade to that buy side liquidity. Or if you are more interested to hold it until this bearish cap from the hourly chart, which I have explained that the maximum it can reach until the 50%, you can do that. So the extreme target is not my interest to see. I'm just interested to explain the price action. In this small price action, what do you see? I can see that there is a highs or relatively equal highs, which is clean buy side liquidity around here below this buy side liquidity. Okay, so I have this buy side liquidity around this area, and I have this clean sell side liquidity around this area. So I have a small internal liquidity. In that video, I have explained that internal liquidity or the manipulation. Okay, so if you remember the manipulation I explained over there, where the Tuesday should finish the manipulation, but it didn't do that. Instead, it leave the liquidity. Then Wednesday, first market took the liquidity. Then it extended to that toward that one. Okay, I'm going to remove this line and holding this on. First of all, what is my expectation? I have this clean buy side liquidity. Secondly, I have seen that this market refused to come to this void area, liquidity void area. It just refused. So it has traded the 50% of that gap. Then that week, which is the most prominent week, high of that prominent week has been traded. The upper quadrant has been traded. Then this market come here, failed to take that clean liquidity. In the meantime, it has built a consolidation, both buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity. If you ever would love to take a buy, what is your first interest to see? That this market will take the sell side liquidity, then it will take the buy side liquidity. That should be your first expectation from the market. Next candle, if it provide me any buying opportunity, I'm not able to take that buy. Why? Because this market didn't take the liquidity yet. Yeah, it has traded this fair value gap. I waited for the session. If I would love to take the entry over here, of course, you don't need to worry about that liquidity taken, because the liquidity taken has been done over here. So after here, when you got the immediate reaction, if you find any opportunity, you can go for that. Unfortunately, that was not inside the session. So now I'm going to enter into the session. The next candle is going to be the Asia session. So what happened? The next candle open, nothing over there. Market is falling. I'm only interested to look for buy. Cleared that sell side liquidity. According to the logic, what should this market do? It should not come to the 50% of that week. Even if it come here, body should respect the high of this quadrant level. Okay, if it can come to the 50%, no problem. But body has to respect the upper quadrant. To that advanced video. Okay. So here what happened, this market actually started to fall and finally come here. Okay, again the upper quadrant of that week took that low. Here bodies has respected the upper quadrant, took the sell side liquidity, leave the buy side liquidity. According to that logic, what should I think? Now this week, did it trade any fair value gap? No, so I can't use the 50% of that week to take my buy because it didn't trade any kind of fair value gap. All I need a bullish PDRA. There are different type of bullish PDRA. First of all, you can look for the order block. That means the lowest down close body close candle which has traded this fair value gap, this whole gap. Okay, this whole gap. So here is the body. This is the lowest body. If you find any kind of bodies or the order block below this line, that is a valid order block because it has traded the fair value gap. So of course you can use that on, as well as this is that area where this market is trading. I mean a very obvious area from the 15-minute chart. If you go to your 15-minute chart, you will see there is a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Okay, just go to your 15-minute chart. Let me actually try to show if I can show you. Okay, here look at this candle. It has traded the 15-minute bullish fair value gap from the 15-minute chart. This is that candle I'm showing you right now. This candle has traded the 50-minute bullish fair value gap. So coming back in 1-minute chart again. Okay, so this is that candle which has traded the fair value gap. So what should I think? That the lowest down close body close candle, that is a very prominent candle like this one, I can use this one as my order block to take the buy. From that candle I can use it as my buy, to take my buy. So what happened actually, market opened, went a bit higher. This one, can I use it as an order block? No, it's not valid as an order block. Why? Because this is an indecisive candle. So this is the most prominent candle I can use as an order block, and I have to cover the low of that order block just to take the buy. Then this market went a bit higher, still didn't close above that candle, so it's not the order block. Then the next candle, it has closed above this order block. Now this is a valid order block. If the next candle tap to this order block, you can take the buy. I was seeing here this inverse gap actually. Instead of that order block, I was looking for the inverse gap. When actually this market tapped to this inverse gap, would love to take a buy here from this inverse gap. I would love to take a buy. Stop loss is going to be below the candle which has validated the inverse gap. Would love to hold my trade until here around this buy side liquidity. Again, in the meantime, you can take some partial around 1:1 or at least 15 handle. You can take the partial, or maybe until this buy side liquidity. Whatever you want, you can take the partial. My interest to see if it can reach over here. So what happened? Then market actually take that buy side liquidity. After first it cleared that sell side liquidity. Same area it has traded, the upper quadrant that I have explained in that advanced price action video. Upper quadrant didn't even reach until the 50%. This week has traded 1-minute bullish fair value gap, constant crossment that has confirmed that I'm not interested about that void area. Instead of that, I'm more interested to look for this clean highs over here. Around the session, first market fall, cleared the sell side liquidity, order block entry where you didn't get it actually, inverse gap entry. If you would love to take it from the inverse gap, you can hold it. Then what happened? This market actually a bit consolidation over there, and then finally where did it came? To this order block. Okay, that is that order block, remember? So I'm going to mark this one as my order block. It came to this order block after a long period of time. It came to this order block. After trading the order block, what should you expect? If the next candle trade these candles, which are the relatively equal, the consecutive candle, of course you will have an opportunity to take the entry from here. Otherwise, if it doesn't trade this gap after trading the order block, guys, I need to get this reply. You have this clean buy side liquidity. The internal liquidity has been cleared. send the market lower to trade that order block. Okay, just to trade this order block. If you want to mark the open of this order block, you can mark it, because that was more beautiful over here. That is the open of that order block that has been traded around here. So just let me mark it as an order block, the lower area. It will be easier for me actually. So that is the order block, and this two line is the inverse gap, which I'm going to mark here from the inverse gap. My question to you guys, after seeing the order block, or after trading the order block, what is the thing you should expect? What is the thing exactly? What should you look for after the order block has been traded? Please give me that reply before going further. What should you expect after the order block has been traded? What is the most important thing you should look for? Anyone can you please? I just need this reply. Please give me that reply. Anyone, please. Okay, I got a reply. Kuba, unfilled cap, absolutely. Unfilled cap. So here I'm going to remove this one. So after the order block has been traded, if it would love to trade this one, then it will make the unfilled cap. If it doesn't trade this order block, because it takes too long to come back again to this order block, so I can't take the entry over here. If I want to take the entry, I should take the entry from here. If it doesn't want to take this trade, this entry over here, I should expect the unfilled cap. So the next candle has built a gap. There is a possibility this gap is going to be an unfilled gap. Okay, so this should be an unfilled gap, and then this market will go higher for this the liquidity. Okay, so finally that is the liquidity. This whole area I actually pushed the button, you can see over here, execution level. Okay, why it's not showing? It's NQZ. Yeah, it's NQZ. Just a second, guys. Maybe Nasdaq NQZ 2025. I don't know why it's not showing actually, but I'll just show you the execution things. I had the screenshot actually. Just a second. Uh, just remember this thing. That is that same area, liquidity taken. That was the order block. This is that inverse gap. That was the buy side liquidity. I just took a buy here, got stopped out to the break even, took re-entry over here above the one unfilled gap. Okay, this is that on say unfilled, took re-entry over there, closed the trade over here. Okay, around this area. So I just don't know why it's not showing over here right now, but this is that same area. This is that upper quadrant level. I hope that you guys are able to see it over here. That is the upper quadrant exactly over here of that week. Entry is from this inverse gap. From there, that was the entry. Later trailed the stop loss to the break even, got stopped out to the break even. When this was the unfilled gap, that is this candle has closed, pushed the button from the next candle just exactly over there, closed the trade above this buy side liquidity. Okay, so that is the area. So I hope that you'll be able to get the point. Okay, I just don't have any idea why it's not showing over here. So this is that same area when first market came to this entry gap, sorry, inverse gap. That was the inverse gap. I pushed the button from this inversion fair value gap. The very next candle tapped here, inverse gap. I took the entry. My stop loss was below that candle, which has validated this entry fair value gap. By the way, I just didn't see that it didn't close above that inverse gap in that moment. But of course, while I was trading, I have just seen that it has closed one tick above this gap. Later now, right now, I'm seeing that it didn't actually close above this inverse gap. But over there, I have seen that it has traded actually closed above this inverse gap. It was not marked on my chart. I was just watching this candles. Okay, so when this candle closed, the very next candle pushed here. I took the entry. My entry was over here. That candle opened because it was a bit volatility, so I just didn't get my entry to the top of this gap, a bit higher actually. Then this market come here, took that internal liquidity, which was kind of 28 handle, reversed, stopped me out to the break even. After reversing here, when this candle has closed, I just pushed the button. My entry was here somewhere. Okay, so just didn't get my entry so beautifully, but instead of that, my entry was here somewhere around there. Okay, a bit higher here somewhere, something like that. Here somewhere was my entry. Stop loss was there, just covered the 50% of that order block, the consecutive order block, because this could trade the order block and maximum to the mean threshold, and then it should go higher. So stop loss was over here and closed the trade just a bit above of that buy side liquidity line. Okay, so over there I just closed the trade over here around this area. So that was the area. I'm showing it here. I just don't know why it's not showing over there. That was the entry, got stopped out by that specific candle to the break even, took re-entry and closed the trade over here. Both of them area, if I wanted to close the trade over here, which was 28 handle, of course I would be profitable, so by just 28 handle. But I wanted to show you the precision, or wanted to show you the liquidity should be taken. So that should be the liquidity it should be taken, not the internal liquidity. That is why I just put the stop loss to the break even and wanted to see it will take that buy side liquidity. It was not in my mind that there is the order block. Nothing was in my mind. So when I got stopped out here, I have noticed that, oh, okay, I have the order block actually from 50-minute chart and 1-minute chart. So actually it came here to trade that order block, and then boom, market go and take that buy side liquidity. To be honest, so honestly, I didn't notice that order block when it was falling. I just didn't notice. My intention was it can maximum fall until to the top of this inverse gap. It will tap over there and then it will go higher. Either way, I didn't want to take the risk because it could simply keep falling. It could do that because internal liquidity has taken. Maybe it will fall to take that clean lows or the obvious liquidity. This low has taken over here by that low. Sorry, this low has taken over here by that low with a shallow run. So it has a possibility that it will fall and clear that liquidity. So I didn't want to take the risk. When I have seen this candle and I found that, okay, so now it's the time to make the unfilled gap because this order block has been traded. If it doesn't want to make this gap as an unfilled, then it can trade the order block and maximum the mean threshold of that order block. So I have to cover that mean threshold by taking the entry here. I just push the button after closing that candle. I just pushed the button, didn't wait for anything, covered the mean threshold of that order block and closed the trade around this area. So that was the area over here. I just don't know why this execution is not working. I have no idea, by the way. So this is how I have outlined this whole price action, which I have explained in that advanced PDF, advanced price action video over there. The same thing I have done over here. It is the same thing it was here in daily chart. In daily chart from that area. So here, that is that week where the upper quadrant has been traded. Then that week also important because that week has traded this bullish fair value gap. So you can see here around this area, that was the week that has traded that bullish fair value gap. So it has traded the 50%. That week was also important to me, like that week. But in 1-minute chart, this week is not important to me because in 1-minute chart, okay, because it didn't trade any fair value gap like you have seen in our daily chart. Then it has built the order block. You can see here, trade that order block, boom, market went higher. First that week, trade fair value gap. That week, trade the upper quadrant. Order block has been traded, boom. In 1-minute chart, same thing I'm going to show you over here in 1-minute chart. which is here around this area. That is that first week you have seen from the daily chart, the long week. This is that same week, trade the upper quadrant. This week 50% is not important because it didn't trade any fair value gap, no fair value gap. Market came into the session, trade that order block, same order block over here. You have seen the order block from the daily chart, same order block has been traded, boom, market went higher. I found the inverse gap actually, so I actually took the entry from the inverse gap. In the meantime, if you want to use the order block, or if you would love to use any kind of bullish period, okay, that is acceptable. For example, maybe there will be 22 YT model after clearing the liquidity, market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap, mark them, and boom, if you have the clean buy side liquidity. So guys, I hope that it's a bit insightful for you guys. If it is really still confusing, please watch that video. I have explained in that specific video. It will be helpful for you to understand. Over here I would love to talk about the just let me remove it. I would love to talk about the 7 a.m. Now today's London session was not the liquidity making session. It was not the liquidity making session, so it was a 7 a.m. kill zone. So I would love to use the replay mode one more time for the 7 a.m. kill zone entry, because you guys are really so confused about the 7 a.m. why it is important, why that is that, blah 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 blah, lot of things, why it is so difficult to understand. First, when this market came around 6:30, so you will use the 6:30 to 7 area to understand the whole price action. So this is the 629, 6:30. So the next candle is going to be the 6:30 candle. Your first job is to mark all the liquidity buy side relatively equal highs you will have on your left, relatively equal lows you will have on your left. Just mark them. So you can see here this that relatively equal highs, and relatively equal highs over here. Okay, just mark this one. You can mark that high actually, because this high has taken over here by a shallow run. So you have all of these three relatively equal highs over there. If you see on your left, you will see that there is relatively equal lows over here from 1 minute chart, which is this low and that low. So I'm going to change the color over here. Now I didn't trade this because I was not in front of my chart. I was just outside. I just came home. I just didn't push any button over here. So this is the relatively equal lows over here, and if you can mark any relatively equal lows over here, I think bit difficult, so I don't need actually all of them. I can just mark this relatively equal lows over here. My job to see is when this market will enter into 6:30, can it take the buy side or relatively equal highs, sell side or relatively equal lows. If it can take any of them, I'll look for the opposite expansion, displacement. For example, around 6:30, this is that 6:30 candle where the market entered into the 6:30 to 7 a.m. and took the buy side liquidity. First, it has cleared the buy side liquidity. Now, my job is to see if it failed to take the sell side liquidity. If it failed to take the sell side liquidity by 7, just by 7, that means by 6:59, until 6:59, if it failed to take the sell side liquidity, I'm cool to look for sell. So let's see what happened actually until 6:30. So there is okay. So here you can see this is the candle of 659. This is the 659 candle, 658 actually, 658, 659. This is the 659. What do you see? Market has cleared the buy side liquidity. You have this clean sell side liquidity, right? So I don't care about this liquidity. If this market cleared this sell side liquidity as well, for example, before 7, first market has cleared the sell side buy side liquidity. So I'm only interested to look for selling opportunity. Just sell, no more buy. But after 7 or around 7, if first market fall and clear some beautiful sell side liquidity, that means I'm allowed to take both buy and sell. Whatever I will get, I'll take that on. That means if it give me the lower displacement, I'll take the sell. If it give me the higher displacement, I'll take the buy. Whatever it will give me, I'll take it. So let's see what happened by 7. So this is that 7 a.m. candle. The first candle market has fall. Do you see any displacement over here? What you are looking for? Sell. Why? Because market has cleared the buy side liquidity. Now all you need a displacement, just a displacement. If you find a displacement and there is a gap, that means by the next candle it has to make a gap. Now by the next candle it actually took that liquidity, so you'll be able to see here it's a big fall. So when it has fallen this far, I'm more interested to take the sell from this gap, even if it has fallen, take that liquidity, it will keep falling for more liquidity according to that logic. Now here, if I would love to take the sell, what should be my entry? Here, that should be my entry. Why should be my stop loss? Above that high. Because this is the high that has cleared that liquidity. This high has to be, what to say, I mean, the kind of protected. It should be protected. Now you can see that it's kind of 44 handle. Now you are able to take that entry. I'm not able to do that. But for the sake of this conversation, just go for that, and your target should be just 15 handle. Just 15 handle, that should be partial. And then maybe you will go look for 1:1. So 44 handle is your stop loss because of the volatility, and you will go for the 44 handle target because 1:1 you will look for that after taking 15 handle partial. So what happened in the next candle? Market has given you the entry over here around this area to that fair value gap, because you have the only fair value gap. Okay, so after taking this entry, maybe you will look for some kind of, if it fall actually, so it came until here and then it has fallen. Maybe it has provided you already 15 handle. Did it provide? Okay, it has provided you 15 handle until here. Maybe you took the partial around this area, put your stop loss to the break even, and then you got stop out. No, okay, it actually didn't stop you out after clearing, and then it has fallen so dramatically. Now I'm not interested to show you this because this is kind of unusual entry, right? Because if I would love to take the entry over here, my stop loss has to be over there. I can't do that. It's not possible for me, so I'm not able to do that. At the same time, what do I see? The fall has cleared some kind of obvious liquidity. It has cleared that. Now buy side liquidity has been cleared before 7. After 7, market has cleared the sell side liquidity. After 7, very, listen to me very carefully, before 7, market has cleared the buy side liquidity. So I'm only interested to take the sell. If there is any selling opportunity, I'll go for that sell. Maybe just you took that sell over here. Okay, around this area you took the sell and you put your stop loss here somewhere 15 handle, so you got stopped out over there. Just by that candle you got stopped out. Next candle here, it actually went higher and fall, then you take re-entry over here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you will be able to cover that 15 handle, same 15 handle loss, and then you will get a boom according to that logic. But I'm not interested to show you this. Instead of that, I would love to show you, what did I say? After 7, if this market cleared the sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity, look for the buy again. That means if there is some buy side liquidity that is left by 7 a.m. and market is only clearing the sell side liquidity, after 7 it has clearing only sell side liquidity, then whenever you will get the first bullish displacement, try to take the buy from that area. Is market give you any kind of bullish displacement? Just keep looking for. Okay, so here this is the first time this market has provided you the bullish displacement. Entry should be from there. If you get the entry opportunity over here, you will take that entry over here. Stop loss is going to be there. Stop loss here. Unfortunately, this is highly volatility, so you are seeing 32 handle stop loss or something like that. But on other days, you will be able to see that it's not 32 handle. It's kind of like maybe 15 handle, 14 handle, 10 handle, something like that. Today's market is a bit volatility. That's why you are seeing a huge volatility. I mean, stop loss over here. Again, for the sake of this conversation, maybe you put your stop loss target over here, or you can target this clean buy side liquidity over here after clearing the partial around 15 handle. Because I got the bullish displacement after clearing all the sell side liquidity after 7. Before 7, only sell was valid. After 7, only buy is valid. Because the 7 has already provided too much, and maybe you took the sell over here, you are not able to put your stop loss over here, or maybe you didn't take the entry over here. Whatever, that was the selling opportunity. So 7 a.m. until 7:30, I'm only interested to look for buy. So let's see if it can provide it another entry. Okay, so finally it has built another fair value gap over here. So what should I do? I have to take the entry from that fair value gap. I can't use this fair value gap anymore. Stop loss again, same area. What else you can do? You can put your stop loss below this gap. If you want, you can do that. You can put it below this candle which has made this breakaway gap, or you can put your stop loss over here. In that type of situation, there will be a high probability you will get stopped out. Now, for the sake of this conversation, as I can't put my stop loss below this low, I can't do that because this is huge stop loss. So I'll put it here around this area. So I'll just keep it around this area and I'll get stopped out. Okay, so for example, this market actually, oh, by the way, this entry is not valid. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took 5 candle, failed to trade this gap. So is this entry valid? No, it's not a valid trade. So you are not able to take this buy from here because it's not an immediate reaction. And then market fall a bit, and then finally it has closed above this entry gap. This is that entry gap. It has closed above this entry gap. This is the breakaway gap. Entry gap, how many times it can be used? One time. Perfect, done. I'm not interested about that entry gap anymore. That means my job is done over here from that entry gap. This is that lowest down close body close candle or the consecutive candle over here. What is that? Order block over here. If it come back again within 5 candle to this order block, I'm more interested to take the entry from this order block. Stop loss has to be 2 tick below this low, which is this consecutive order, 2 tick below this low. Again 35 handle, I'm not able to do that. So what I will do, I will mark the mean threshold of that order block and I'll cover that mean threshold of that order block. Maybe here I'll put it around 20 handle to see if it can works until the buy sell liquid, whatever it is. We'll see if it can give me the entry within 5 candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am already in this trade. So let's see if it can work out. I don't know it actually worked out or not. Maybe I'll get stopped out. I don't know. Uh, just let me see if it has worked out or not. Okay, actually it takes too long. You can see finally this market went higher. Okay, it never stopped me out because my stop loss has covered the mean threshold of that consecutive order block. So it has traded actually too many times over here, and then this market went higher and came here, cleared that buy sell liquidity over here around this area. So maybe that was your extreme target around that area. 7 a.m. This was the price action I have explained. I just don't know why it didn't show over there. So where was that? I think here. That is that area I have explained. That is that area from the 7 a.m. Remember, both sell and buy is valid depending on your stop loss. Maybe for the first time here you will get stopped out. Maybe you took the sell over here, you didn't put your stop loss above that high because it was too far, right? 44 handle, you didn't take it from there. So you tried to put your stop loss maybe above that high. You are thinking it is not going to be taken and you got stopped out over here. Absolutely simple, very easy. I mean very acceptable. Why? Because you will take the losing trade. It's absolutely perfect. You knew that you should cover that high which has cleared the liquidity, so you have to cover that high. But unfortunately the volatility didn't permit you to cover that high, so you put stop loss above that high or maybe around 15 handle. You got stopped out, tried to take re-entry. If you did that, excuse me, if you did that you got a huge boom. Now you didn't do that, there was a buying opportunity. First buy from this gap, unfortunately not immediate reaction. Second buy from this order block. You have to cover at least the mean threshold of that order block. That is the minimum. Covered that on and then you got a huge boom. So this whole price action, the thing I'm showing you over here, it's just very specific, very easier thing. All you have to do is you have to mark the buy sell liquidity, sell sell liquidity and the time, which time you are using which model. That's all, nothing else. So I will actually come here. I'm very near to the 9:30 open, guys, so I'll keep it like this way. Today's session is not for trading, it's a gambling session. So if you are interested to gamble, I really appreciate it, ma'am. I really believe that you are really awesome. You're a real casino player. But for me, no trade until tomorrow's 2 p.m. No trade is valid to me. Thank you, guys. I'm just done. If you are here, just let me know who is over here, and if you have any confusion, let me know that confusion. The things I have explained, specifically I wanted to focus here, which I believe that I have clearly explained, because I have posted a video about the advanced price action, so I needed to show you an example. Okay, so that's why I tried to show you. I just don't know why it didn't show the execution. I've just not no idea. Oh, okay, now it's showing. You can see here, now it's showing. I don't know why it didn't show over there in that time. So you can see here, that was that area, that order block, sorry, fair value gap. Here it took, okay, I actually took entry a bit low below of that fair value gap. I thought my entry is a bit higher, but I can see that my entry was a bit below of that inverse gap. So you can hear, so I just pushed the button. Okay, so I'm so sorry, because you can see here, that was the entry area. I just pushed the button over there and then got stopped out. You can see here exactly over there. So my entry was here, my stopped out was there exactly over here. So break even, because I was not interested to see. It will come back again and just keep falling because it left that obvious liquidity over here. And then when this candle closed, the very next candle opened, I pushed the button again. So I wanted to expect, if even if it would love to trade this order block, my stop loss has covered the mean threshold, and then I closed the trade over here. Okay. So that was the area I actually did. I don't know why it didn't show in that time when I was trying to show you this, whatever. Suziban, brother, your executions did not show because you were in replay. Oh, okay. I was in replay mode. That's why it didn't show. Thank you, brother, for confirming. I was thinking why it's not working. But do you understand that whole logic I explained over there, guys? Because it's very important. If you understand this, I mean, price is fractal. So whatever I explained in daily chart, that's gonna work in 1 minute chart as well. Just you have to understand what you are doing. If you see everything is cool, go for that. Hey dolls, good morning sister. Ravi, hello RP, how are you sir? Boom penguin boom. Thank you brother. Big John Viking, good morning. RS, good morning. Nice weekly analysis bro. I had same expectations but bullshit weekly candle basically. Uh thought from high time frame had marked and daily inversion family plus high run. Let's see brother. I mean, I'm still bearish until this market doesn't trade the 50% of this gap. So if it break that 50% of this gap, then I will start to think about the buy, I guess. Otherwise, I'm more interested to think about the sell. Hey Mahdi, good morning. Ishfaq, you are understand. Thank you, brother, for understanding. Kuba, in this trades after 7 a.m., could you show after order block where is wanna see unfilled? So where was that? If this is the order block, that is that unfilled gap. When it has been traded, this order block has been traded. This should be unfilled. If it is unfilled, you have to look for the low, high, lower low. For example, here. And of course, if you have the here, okay. So this should be the unfilled gap. Now you can see it has been filled over here by the candles. So when it will make low, high, lower low, and the first candle will close above the highest up close body close candle, I'm more interested to mark it as my breaker block, and this breaker block will give me 95% winning rate. All you have to do, you have to cover the bearish gap you will see on your chart. Okay, so if you see here, there is the bearish gap, the candle has made the bearish gap, you have to just cover that candles by your stop loss. Okay, and if you do that, this is that bearish gap, and I'm just focusing on that gap. So this is that gap that you have to cover by your stop loss, that gap. Okay, just you have to cover that gap by your stop loss. Now add it with the volume imbalance. You can see here, you have to cover this gap. That is your job, nothing. This is the breaker block, this is the breaker block, that is the candle has validated this breaker block. I'm interested to take the buy from this candle because the unfilled gap has been filled. All I have to do, I have to cover this gap. The best is the gap, the candle has made this gap, cover that low. That is the best case of scenario. If you can't do that, just put it below here, and you can see here, this is the midnight open. Just cover that midnight open. Unfortunately, it's huge volatility, by the way, and extend it to your right until the buy side liquidity. All you can see that this breaker block has been failed, but it fall until the gap below the breaker block. The gap, see this gap, it came until this gap, just this. Am I right? Yes, I'm right, because this is the only bearish gap, came until this gap, a bit mohawk, and then boom. This breaker block will give me the 95% winning rate. By the way, this gap ICT didn't mention, so of course don't ask me about that where ICT talked about this breaker block. ICT never talked about this, so nothing. I'm using here like the week. I'm saying right now, the week. I have decided that I'm not interested to use any kind of week that didn't trade the gap. So far, I have seen that if the week has traded the gap, that works so beautifully, and of course, some kind of prominent. For example, this week, I'm more interested to look for buy, so I will look for the upper quadrant of that week. So if the candle tapped this upper quadrant and market left some buy side liquidity over here, after trading the upper quadrant of that week, the first bullish period, I'll take the buy from there. So this is 9:30 open. Now guys, I would love to come here in regular trading hour. Why the regular trading hour is open? Today's holiday, right? Why it is open? Did I miss something? Yeah, Monday's holiday. Holiday all day. Yeah. Then why it is open? And it is open until 4 p.m. Full trading day today. No, it is showing that it is open until 4 p.m. So it's absolutely the opening market. I mean, you can see the regular trading hour is showing the price over here. That means the market is open. Bank is closed, but market is open. Wow. Wow. Uh, what should I say? But ICT himself told that not to trade today because it's the holiday. Yes, semi holidays does not have the today as holiday. It's not a holiday. It's the holiday. USD holiday means it's a holiday. If the bank is closed, means it's closed. There is no confusion because USD holiday means it's holiday. Bank closed means everything is closed. I don't know why it is like, yeah guys, I don't know. Okay, ICT himself confirmed that not to trade today. Even I actually comment on that post as well. In ICT's post I have commented as well. Just don't gamble, let them have Monday. See here, ICT 15 hours ago, don't gamble, let them have Monday. So I really don't know we should trade it or not. I have no comment. But as ICT told, it's let it go. I will let it go. I'm not interested to trade this. And USD holiday means it's holiday. So guys, if you want to trade, please go for that. I'm just not interested. Yeah, we'll try to frame some trade, but not interested to trade. For me, I'm not interested to trade actually. We'll talk about the price action just. Okay, let's see. In Canada, it's Thanksgiving Day. In the US, it's Columbus Day. Market is open, but enough liquidity for the market? I don't think so. I don't think so as well. Okay, the way this market opened and then 200 handle candle after 342 handle gap up, I just don't think so. It's gonna be a good day. Decoupling with yes. Let me see. I don't think so. It's like the same. Both of them are consolidation. I mean consolidating. So just frame the trade, but I'm not sure, guys. What should we do? But as ICT told that let today go, I would love to hold that things. Okay, I'm just not interested to trade. And USD holiday means holiday. Okay. Actually, I would love to show you something from the 4 hour chart. So this is the 4 hour chart. You can see this gap, the whole gap. This gap is actually marked from the hour chart, and I would love to mark this gap because that was respecting from 4 hour chart. I'd love to mark this gap to see if it can hold the market and send it higher or not. Okay. Otherwise, I'm more interested to see it will keep falling. At the same time, I'd love to mark that week, this week. Okay. Same logic I have explained from the daily chart, that is that week where this has traded the lower quadrant of that week. So you'll be able to see it within a moment over here. Tapped to the lower quadrant and then it's keep falling. Any kind of bearish period, that's a good opportunity to look for the sell for this void area. See this void area? Until this void area, it's a good opportunity to take sell any kind of bearish period. So if the 4-hour candle can close below this gap, it's gonna be the inverse gap. So it will close below this gap, tap to this gap, it's a selling opportunity depending on that weak concepts over here, or the quadrant level concepts, until the bodies are respecting the upper quadrant, sorry, the lower quadrant of that week. This is the midnight open. This is that bullish fair value gap from 4-hour chart. This is the hourly entry gap where I have explained this market can't close above the constant crossment. So let's see. Dharun, okay, Dharun and Nivendan, you guys are talking about something. We have to finish 20 accounts for overcoming fear. I don't know what you were talking about, guys. I want original MSS. We have to wait for last fair value gap and original market structure shift. Right now I don't have anything. Okay, so far I'm watching that this market actually came here respecting this new week opening gap, lower quadrant of that week, as well as the hourly entry fair value gap low. So that's all I'm seeing here, and it's a bearish opportunity to me. So would love to see, can it keep falling? That's my opportunity. I mean, that's my expectation until the top of this new week opening gap, which is from this week. So this is the new week opening gap or real liquidity void area. So I wanna see it will keep falling at least to the top of this line. So if I see something good over here, it's not good, something it's not, it doesn't look good. So what else can happen, it can simply take that sell and liquidity, and by using this bullish fair value gap from the 4-hour chart, it will start to go higher again. So I have to make sure that something is clean over here. I'll wait for that clear things, brother. Whoever would love to trade, you guys can do that. Okay, I just would love to follow ICT, and as he told, let today go. I prefer to let today go. But as I can see that market is open from both regular and the electronic, I think you guys can try some. If I see something good, then I will outline it, but I'm not going to take the responsibility. Okay, again, I'm not just going to take the responsibility, because today's bank holiday means bank holiday. Holiday means holiday. Okay, I don't know why it's open, but it's holiday means holiday, and I would love to respect that. USD holiday means holiday. Simple. Okay, YM is bullish. ES is consolidating, NQ is bearish. Nice thing. It's London. London or lunch. What do you mean by that, brother? London or lunch? What do you mean by London or lunch? What is your question actually, brother? By the way, guys, I'll do the giveaway that one Blue Guardian futures tomorrow, which Mahdi actually won that account, but he wanted to give that other people, and he told me to make a fair winner. Okay, to select a fair winner. So I will do the same thing. I'll put you in a race. Whoever is going to win that account, I'll give that account to him. Okay, and I'm really surprised because Mahdi never ever told me, brother, keep that account for yourself. Okay, he never let me do that. He just told, just give the account. I mean, whoever is going to be the winner, give it to him. You're talking about this BC? It is from 4 hour chart. This is that BC from 4 hour chart. If you go to the hourly chart, you will be able to see that this is very missed price action. Okay, something like very missed price action. So from 4 hour chart, it's much more cleaner. You can go to 50-minute chart. From the 50-minute chart, you will see like lot of candles. So I don't want to mark anything over here from the 50-minute chart. Instead of that, I would love to mark it from the 4 hour chart. It's much more cleaner to me. So here, this is that bullish fair from 4 hour chart. So I'll just keep it as an hourly, but remember this from 4 hour chart. So it can hold the market, send it higher until this constant crossment of that entry gap. If the body close above this constant crossment of this entry gap, maybe for the rest of the week I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. Maybe. Lord Athena, SMT in sell side liquidity. Here. Okay. Lord, did you watch my weekly analysis video, brother? Madina Karma. Next time it's yours. So you wanna win again and then you wanna give me that? Okay, I'll wait, brother. I'll wait for your next winning. Lord Athena, did you watch the weekly analysis video, brother? Because in that video, I clearly told that the SMT, how this market is going to make the SMT. It was absolutely clear. I think there will be no confusion. The whole week, the SMT in this 2 SM market, how you are going to watch them. Okay, so if you didn't watch it, then this is not the SMT. It is called fake SMT. That means this is now more clean liquidity, more strong liquidity. By the way, guys, this is the 50-minute chart, and you can see the 50-minute candles. Now it's your time to go for 15-second chart, and you will see the magic. Why ICT tell stories in his videos? I think this is a good question for ICT himself, not for me, because I'm not ICT. If you ask me that question, how can I reply that, brother? Of course, ICT is a person. Michael J. Harrelson is his real name. He lives in USA and he is a real person. And he's tweeting right now. He has tweeted. I just didn't read what he has tweeted, but he just tweeted. By the way, any of you can tell me that what is this candle? Any of you can tell me that what is this candle? Or if is there anyone who has marked this candle? Is there anyone who has marked that candle? Water block order engulfing. No, it's not engulfing. Wow, it's 52 handle. Awesome. Let's go for 1:1. Stop believing liars. Collect your own experience and what did he say? Collect your own experience and opinion. Okay. I see told to stop believing liars. So please stop believing liars. But understanding order block has helped me a lot. My trading has improved since I started using the concepts. I also make money now by taking partials. Still, you have any confusion? Ask Marquis. You can see there is a guy named J. Marquis. Uh, he will be able to help you more about the order block. Okay, Tevin? He's really awesome about the order block. He's in Discord. Yeah, he's in Discord as well. Uh, you can see here, J. Marquis. You can see the name with green color. This is that guy. Sometimes he start to argue with me, so when he will argue with me, don't believe him, okay? Believe me instead of him. Just sometimes he argue with me, so in that area just believe me instead of him. By the way, just kidding. Oh man. Same logic. Remember the thing I have explained you guys from the example I have shown you from the from my 1 minute chart around the Asia session open. Remember that is that week that has traded the 15-minute bullish fair value gap. That is that week. Look, upper quadrant has been traded, failed to touch the 50% of that quadrant level of that specific week. Failed to touch the 50% of that week. Same logic over here around this area. Okay, so failed the close, so trade the upper quadrant of that week has cleared all the low, trade the 15-minute bullish fair value gap, the first PDRA. So over here, where is the first PDRA? Now you can use this inverse gap, the example I have shown you through the video. So you can use this inverse gap if you want here. Okay, so that is that inverse gap. That candle has validated the inverse gap. Come back again, tap to this word, I mean inverse gap over here, as well as you can see this order block here. This is that order block. Trade that order block, re-entry from the order block, unfilled gap, target. Same thing I have shown you from the Asia session. So far I have shown you the same exactly the same case of scenario. Boom. Thank you, Abab, for writing boom, brother. But let's see if it can hit actually the real liquidity over here. So that's all. I would love to see if it can reach until the real liquidity. Thank you, Madhav, for sharing our Discord link. Guys, if any of you are interested, please join to our Discord link. It's absolutely free. Absolutely free. By the way, there is no 22 YT model. Unfortunately, there is no 22 YT model. Now, I believe that some of you has successfully marked the order block without any kind of confusion, because this is the thing I have explained in that specific video, the order block from 2 time frame. This is the best thing I believe that you have ever learned. I mean, from ICT concepts. That is the best thing. Remember where the market is trading now. Don't forget about that. I know I have a lot of lines over there. I'm so sorry for that. But look where the market is trading. See this? New week opening gap. This market is trading the new week opening gap. So please be careful about that. By the way, if I were in this trade, my stop loss would be here. That should be the stop loss if I were in this trade. Alright, brother. Link me in Discord. Come on, baby, all night, Friday night, while you night, hit the dance floor. Hit the dance floor, I want you, baby. Baby, I don't want you, come tonight. Baby, I don't want you, come tonight. I don't want you, come tonight. I need speed now. Why? Because this is an unfilled gap. So after seeing the unfilled gap, you should look for the rocket. There should be the rocket. See, this portion of this gap is unfilled. Now it's time to look for the rocket. See, this portion of this gap is open. Yeah, there should be the rocket. Twenty-four seven seven five. 24775. I don't know what you are talking about. 24775. This is just a one candle. So where you got the consecutive candle? There has to be the rocket. Without the rocket, if this market starts to consolidate, that means kind of, no, it's not a good idea to hold the trade. Why? Because it left that gap open. It should be the rocket. আচ্ছা না, আচ্ছা না, না আমি পরে খাবো। ওটা নিয়ে যাও। হ্যাঁ বলো। আচ্ছা। Come on, baby, you're not fine and I don't want you night. Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor, I want you, baby. Baby, I don't want you, come tonight. Enjoy your day. ICT just tweeted, enjoy your day. Please try to watch that video. I have explained the water block. Please do that. Thank you guys for writing boom. Thank you, Belmont. Abab, Darun was saying something else. John Carlos Posada, thank you so much, guys. Jimar, Gangjong, Durek, Deepak, Ishfaq, Dimmer. By the way, guys, any of you has taken any trade over here? Just let me know that. Hey, Prince, thank you so much, brother. Now this sell side liquidity is my highest priority. This sell side liquidity is my highest priority. Okay, Prince, thank you. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Nivendan ji. Okay, some of you has taken that trade, some of you didn't take. Whatever, you have done good job, brother. Hey, Abdul Samad Jadani, how are you, sir? Then boom, now I lost the account shorting from minute 5 last parabolic cap. Okay, I don't use 5-minute chat, Darun. Unfortunately, brother, 5-minute chat I don't use, so I have no comment about that. Dolgia, you entered around 24772. 772. So you took the entry from the inverse gap. Okay, the same entry I took around the Asia session. You did the same entry. Congratulations, sister, actually, because you have done a good job. I really appreciate it. Now my interest to see the sell now for this sell side liquidity. Okay, so I hope that guys this quadrant level is going to be clear to you guys. Okay, I mean time by time it's gonna be much more clear to you, the quadrant levels, how you can use those quadrant level for your bullish bias or bearish bias if you have some clean buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity. Please don't push the button until the 50-minute candle close below this new week opening gap. Until then, please don't push the button. Even though my bias is now this sell side liquidity is my interest to see, but I can't just push the button because you have the new week opening gap over here. By the way, first I have to look for some kind of liquidity. Did it make any liquidity? Did it make any liquidity? I don't think so. It has built any liquidity. Inside this gap, there is a high. Let me check this high. Kind of liquidity actually. It's not a good idea to take the buy or sell over here. It left the buy side liquidity over here. Let him first take the liquidity. Remember here no sell is valid. If this market comes to the 50% or this line, then and only then the sell is valid. Until then, don't frame any sell. If you go for the trade over here, you're just a gambler. Don't do that. So let him at least reach until this dashed line, and then we'll see if there is a selling opportunity or not. What is that dashed line? Okay, no, sorry, not dashed line. Here, this area. Not here. This is the event horizon line, so not here. It should be here. But now I will try to take a sell actually, because the liquidity has been cleared. After clearing the liquidity, I would love to see the sell now, but not before, because before I didn't check the liquidity. Now the liquidity is taken. If the body close below this consecutive candle, I'll try to take a sell from there. If the body close below this candle now after clearing the liquidity. So first when it came here, it actually built the liquidity with this high. That was a clean highs. So market has cleared that liquidity. Now if the body close below these candles, I will try to take the sell, because this is too far. It's too far. Yeah. So I'll try this on. But again, I am not asking any of you to go for this trade. From there, stop loss is here. I'm not able to do that, so what I will do, I'll put it here. So 23 handle, something like that. I'll take the so it will risk around 23 handle. We'll go for 23 handle first, the partial 23 handle, and then we'll look for the target. First market build the liquidity, take that liquidity. Last fair value cap is being now traded. This candles is going to be my bearish order block. Not here, this one, not it was not a good idea to mark that one, because market left that liquidity before I didn't check the liquidity. So now if this market fall, and then I will look for that sell side liquidity, this sell. Body has to close below this line, then and only then this sell is valid. If it doesn't do that, I'm not going to take this trade, by the way. If it doesn't make the sell from here, my next sell will be from there. No more buy is valid to me. I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy anymore. Chris G, you are buying. Good luck, brother. It has to take London high before it runs lower. Let me see where is the London high. Okay, so this is the London high. Okay, says we'll see if it can take that London high. If the body, if there is another candle that is more beautiful rather than these candles, then I will use that as my order block. Otherwise, this too is my order block. If I find a market structure shift, of course, that is also valid. I am more interested to think about the sell now, until this last fair value cap is not broken. There is no buy for me. If you want to go, please go for that. See this line. Where is this line? 24,859. See this high of this new week opening gap, 24,860. That means one handle up and down. That means my partial level is going to be to the top of this new week opening gap. That means even if this market fall and reacted from the new week opening gap high, I will be able to catch the partial and then get stopped out to the break even. So I'm really aware of that new week opening gap. As I can take the partial over here, this is a valid entry to me. Why you are afraid of new week opening gap? Maybe they will hold the market, send it higher again, right? So if you can take the partial to the top of this new week opening gap, that means you're safe. Seth, I'm not trading, brother. I'm just framing the trade. I clearly told that today trading is gambling. So whoever is gambling over here, I have no problem with that. I'm just here in front of my chart. I'm just framing the trade. That's all I'm doing over here, brother. I'm trying to draw your attention in a very specific area so that you guys can see the things clearly. That's my intention over here, brother. It never built the order block, it never give me the entry yet. So I'll just remove them because now it has worked a lot after the water block. So I need some kind of immediate reaction after the water block. I'd love to remove them. I'd love to wait to see if it can provide any opportunity. I have the SMT. See this SMT? This is the SMT over here. I have the SMT over there. Now I have found the 22YT model. Actually, let me see if it can, it can make the 22YT model with that low. I still didn't find it, but let's see if we can get the 22YT model over here. This is not the order block. If you would love to mark it as an order block, you can go for that. It is not an order block. I don't have any order block over here. Guys, I would love to say something. If you are trading, please don't copy this trade, okay? So here, if the candle close below this line, below that line, if the candle close below that line, I will try to take and sell from this line, which is the opening of this order block, and will put my stop loss here, which is around 20 handle, and will go for that area, which is 24 handle, something like that. If the body close below the lower line, then we'll try to take the entry from the upper line, sell. If the body close below the lower line, not a beautiful or perfect order block, but would love to try this one. This should be at least the partial because this is the top of this new week opening gap. That should be the partial. Here is a logic. Even if this market is above this new week opening gap, even if it would love to go higher, it should come back again to the top of this new week opening gap to retest this new week opening gap, then it can go higher. So I'd love to use that concept. And if I got the market structure shift over here and there is a fair value cap, I'm not able to take that sell. The reason is it's gonna be just above the new week opening gap. So above the new week opening gap, no sell is valid. So I'm going to remove this one. Even if there is a 22 item model, that is not valid. If this candle close below this lower line, then I will try to catch the sell from the upper line. Okay, it never closed, so this entry is not valid because market never closed below this line. So I can't use this anymore. If you would love to take the buy, please go for that. I'm not bullish anymore. I can't take the buy. I will not take the buy. Brother, why it is so difficult to understand? These lows, which is clean lows, all of these lows has built a beautiful support here. So this is really so beautiful support. This is the 4-hour bullish fair value gap. So if I go to the 4-hour chart, I have already explained why 4-hour chart. So not going over there anymore. This is that 4 hour chart. Okay, this is that 4 hour bullish fair value gap. Market tapped to this 4 hour bullish fair value gap, started to go higher. How far this market can go? Maximum until this dotted line. That is the maximum line this market can go over here. So when it will reach over there, of course, that is the highest probable area to look for the sell from here, from the higher time frame. If I come to this 15-minute chart, you can see this is the 15-minute chart, and from the 15-minute chart, this is the last fair value gap from the 15-minute chart. Now I just used the volume imbalance as well over here. You can see this candle low and that candle high, there is a gap. Okay, so there is a gap around this area. I have just used this whole volume imbalance. The whole volume imbalance I have added as my 50-minute last fair value gap. So I'm going to remove them. Market left the sell side liquidity over here from the 1 minute chart. You have seen from that 1 minute chart. Secondly, it should be a consolidation day. That means it should not keep going higher. It can't do that. It should not do that. As well as it came to this 15-minute bearish fair value gap. That is the lower portion of this hourly entry gap. That means my hourly most expectation is this market can maximum go until the 50% of that entry gap from the hourly chart. This is the last area to go. It never can come back to this last gap. If it come here, that means it is going to make another all-time high. I'm not interested to see that. The maximum line is until the 50% of that hourly gap. So if I would love to break this hourly gap into two pitch, then I'll come to 50-minute chart. I will have another pitch over here around this area. So this is the lower gap which this market is right now, it's trading. Now if you want to mark that 15-minute gap around this area and extend it to your right, you will be able to see that it is now trading. The 50% has been traded already. Market is trading the lower portion. I don't want to see it will close above this consonant crossment again. That means it will come over here. I don't want to see that. Fake breakout accepted. So this market is falling from that order block from 15-minute chart. Don't want to use this last fair gap? No problem. Order block. So beautiful order block has been validated. This market is trading the order block. Maybe it has traded until the 50% of that order block. I don't know. From 1 minute chart, finally I have found the opportunity to look for the sell. The problem is there is a new weak opening gap over here. So I just can't frame the 22 YT model here. I can't do that as I have this sell side liquidity. Market should not go toward one-sided. It should not do that. Oh man, come on. I wanted to see it will close below this like here, and then I will try to take the entry from this line, not from that line because it's gonna be the huge stop loss. But as it already came to this new week opening gap, I will not frame the sell. Instead of that, I will wait to see if the 50-minute candle can close below this new week opening gap. Then we'll frame the sell again. This sell side liquidity is my highest priority now. I'm not interested to look for buy. If any of you would love to take the buy, please go for that. I think Chris G is looking for the buy. So brother, best of luck. I hope you will get your boom, brother. But as I explained, it should not go higher. So it should keep falling. If it come here, that is okay. I mean, it can do that. For that, it has to break this last parallel gap. So I was trying to frame the sell here, but the price, you can see it's a bit messy over here. So not something like beautiful. First took that liquidity, that buy side liquidity, this high and that high built the relatively equal highs. Took that relatively equal highs, build the SMT when the market is going higher. Nasdaq is the strongest. So here you can see the SMT. This high, market failed to take that high by the ES, but this high has been cleared over here by the NQ. Again, this high, which is the same high over here, he failed to take that high. Nasdaq has cleared that high. This is the real SMT. Here you have seen an SMT. I don't remember who actually told me that, but there was a guy who told me that there is an SMT. That means this low has cleared over here. See, from the Nasdaq, it has cleared. This is called fake SMT. Just let me show you this. This is fake SMT. That means this market is coming back again, because when this market is falling, ES is much more stronger. So ES should take that low. NQ should fail to take that low. NQ should fail to take that low. But what happened? The weakest sister has cleared that low. The strongest sister failed to take that low. It is called fake SMT. That means this market will fall now to clear or to cover that fake SMT. I was really interested to frame a cell over here, but unfortunately, as I told, it's a bit difficult to frame that cell, so I failed to frame that cell. So just my bad luck. But I'm absolutely okay with that because sometimes this happened. Sometimes this happened. It should go opposite side. Last variable gap. CISO T2 10 a.m. first variable gap worked today and Friday. I just told that today's first presented gap is not important, but I'm going to take back my word because I'm seeing that the market is open actually from the regular trading hour. It's absolutely open. Now I really don't know why it is happening. It should be closed, but it's open. ICT told don't gamble today. I'm just going to follow his advice. So according to that, if the Monday is holiday, no first presented gap is valid, no TGIF is valid. I just don't know the TGIF has been worked over here or not. Just let me, I mean, you can see simply market opened here. So of course the TGIF line will be maybe here somewhere. I don't know. Like it's already broken. So yeah, that's all. Hey Chris, what about your entry? Jian, boom! I got short. Congratulations, brother. I just didn't find any good things, so I was unable to mark that sell. But I hope that you guys got the point why I was looking for sell. Why the buy is not valid over there. This is what I can't get it when you call stronger or weaker for particular indices. Did you watch the weekly analysis video, brother? My question to you, Kuba, did you watch that weekly analysis video? And I can see that you are my member, so why you can't understand that? Because in that members only live I have explained that SMT in a very detailed way. Okay, so if you have watched that weekly analysis video, what did I show you from that weekly analysis video? You didn't actually focus over there. Why is that, brother? Why you didn't focus over there? That is my question now. I showed you this same gap. This is the ES. Okay, so actually let me mark it gap here. This is the ES, this is the NQ. So I showed you that when this candle fall, last week candle fall, it closed below this gap where it has respected this consequent encroachment, and YM has cleared that low. That means when the market is falling, YM is the strongest. She's YM is the strongest. Dow Jones is the strongest. Second strongest is the ES. Finally, she is the weakest. That means market is falling. It will fall. It will just go 1 kilometer. When she will go 10 kilometer. Oh man, come on. Do you understand this part? That market has closed below this gap. Here it has respected the 50% of this gap. That means when the fall is happening, ES is much more falling. It is falling more comparing with NQ. ES is more falling comparing with NQ. When the market is going higher, NQ is more stronger. That means the more NQ will go, the less ES will go. If it is understandable. Now, think that this is the line. Just think like that way. This is the line, and this is ES, NQ. Just remember the second one is N. Okay, think like that way. YM, ES, and NQ. NQ. This is the NQ. Okay, just think like that way, guys. How many example I have to build for you guys? I have no idea. This is a line or the end line. This is an end line. All of these three SA market is inside in between these two lines. Okay, they are in the middle. When market is falling, you have seen that YM has fall until here, while it has fallen until here, it fall until there, it fall just here, a small run. So market is falling. This is too fast. This guy is too fast. It has maybe hit that line. So this is the too fast. She is the strongest. YM is the strongest. ES maybe failed to touch this line. In the meantime, time is up. Okay, so she is much more stronger. YM is the most strongest. She is stronger. And what happened? NQ just come until here. First, second, third, when the market is falling. Now, when the market started to go higher, this is YM. Sorry, NQ. What happened? NQ just take that high. With speed, take that high. ES maybe come until here. Failed to take that high. And YM just came here. Just came here. So what happened? When the market is falling, YM is the strongest sister and NQ is the weakest sister. ES always stay in middle. When the market is going higher, NQ is the strongest sister because it has touched that line. While ES was very near and this guy just come until here, okay, something like there, until that area. It just come here and stop there. That means when the market is going higher, NQ is the strongest sister. Now, you are looking for SMT. That means you are expecting this market will actually run here at that line. It will fall that line. That is your expectation. I'm going to remove this YM from my chart. Instead of that, keeping this ES and NQ for the better explanation. When the market is falling, who is the strongest? She. She will come here and she will just fail to come here. You are looking for sell and you have found that this happened over here. This happened. Okay. This is the liquidity. ES failed to take that liquidity while NQ has cleared that liquidity. Why is that? Because when this market is going higher, she is the strongest, right? She will just take until here with speed, but she will fail. Maybe she will go until that area. This is the line right now here around that area. Just think like that way. So when this market started to fall, you are expecting this is going to fall. So here, that is the SMT. So you're looking for the SMT. She failed to take that high where she has taken that high. You have found the SMT. Then what will happen? She will take this low and it will keep falling, maybe until here. How long it will keep falling? Until this NQ market is not going to take this low. They will never touch each other. She will just pass this line and she will keep falling. When she came here, maybe this NQ is here. She still, NQ didn't take that low. So she will keep falling and at the same time, she will keep falling as well. So it will happen like this way. Now, what you have seen, you are expecting this fall and you have found that she's the strongest. Now, instead of this area, you have seen that this happened. Okay, so here you have seen that this happened. This happened. Okay, that means you are expecting this market will fall. You are expecting this market will fall. Same here. But here you have found the weakest sister has cleared the line or it reached until that line when the strongest sister should reach over here. It is called fake SMT. That means now, excuse me guys, I'm so sorry. Just so sorry, okay. That means this line is my liquidity now. This is my liquidity now. Before coming to this line, before reaching to this line, first she will take that high as well. Because the weakest sister has cleared that high. The weakest sister has cleared that high means the strongest sister is going to clear that high as well. So maybe what will happen, it will fall a bit until here, then it will clear that high first. Then both of them will fall. The fall will be same. She will keep falling, but she will just take that low. Okay, something like that. This is the fake SMT, which it will clear first, then it will fall. Now guys, if you still didn't understand the fake SMT and real SMT, I will be sorry. I mean, I don't know how can I make it much more easier to understand. I hope that you got the point. Why don't you guys don't understand? This is very easy. I mean, easy to understand, I guess. Okay, perfect. So I would love to look for another opportunity now because the body or the candle has closed below this what is I mean the new week opening gap. So if I can frame any order block now, I think I'll make that. By the way, guys, I will just close the stream very soon because I'm not interested to keep reading this price action. This is really bullshit price action, so I don't want to keep reading this price action. I hope that you guys will be safe. I'm not going to overtrade, so please. Ben Cruz, 15-minute closed below BC. Yes, sir. I can see it. Best sell would be from here actually, but unfortunately market didn't do that. This one should not be the water block because it has built the liquidity over here. So if it built the liquidity, I can't use it as an water block. I can't do that. So after taking this liquidity, that is my area to look for the water block. But you can say after this water block has been created over here, just let me I'll mark a line and extend it to my right. So this is that last candle which has validated this water block, but in between this area there is a lot of price action. I don't like to mark this type of candles as a water block. So it has tapped to this new week opening gap. I would love to see if there is a selling opportunity now or not. Hey John, sniper at 24,881. 24,881. Let me mark a line over there. Let's see if it can reach over here. I don't think so it will go over there. I don't think so, but of course it can do that. By the way, guys, are you? I mean, is the price action a bit easier to understand when I explain this price action? Whatever price action it is, okay. I mean, sometimes good price action, sometimes bad price action, but whatever price action is it, like this whole run when it was happening over there, and I was marking the lines over here, was that insightful for you guys, or just something like it is still kind of very confusing price action to you? Okay, I can got some reply. It's clear. Thank you, Kuba. Practice 100%. Thank you so much, brother. Belmont, thanks for the penguin, brother. Practice too. Thank you so much, brother. But when you explain it is easier. When I trade, I get confused. It will just take a bit time, brother, because it's work like you will never deja vu, okay, something like that. ICT use that word deja vu. That means you will never notice that what you are doing. It will automatically calculated. It will be calculated in your mind, so you will never notice what you are doing. Something like that, brother. In wizard style. Thank you, practice. Practice to YXJ. YXZ, that's cool, man. Today no giveaway. Asus tomorrow, brother. I thought today is the holiday actually, so I didn't want to do the giveaway. So tomorrow I will do that one account giveaway. Blue Guardian Futures. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new. Anybody can tell me that what I'm looking for right now? Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. Not exactly below the new week opening gap. I'm more interested to look for any kind of order block below the consequent crossment of the new week opening gap. So it doesn't have to be below the new week opening gap. If the opportunity is just below the consequent crossment or CE of the new week opening gap, I'm cool with that. If this candle close above this new week opening gap, that means sell is gone from my mind. Already sell is gone. I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell anymore. If it close, sorry, yeah, if it close above the new week opening gap again, above the new week opening gap again. So after 6 minutes, this candle is going to close. If it close one tick above the high of this new week opening gap, I'm done for looking for the sell. I'm not interested to look for sell anymore. By the way, this is that sniper line. So far I didn't expect it will touch here, but it actually tapped over here to the sniper line. So if you guys actually have watched the Baragan sniper line, that is that sniper line. Just look over here. When this 2 SA market has fallen, okay, it started to fall. How far the ES market has fallen? See this ES market, it came very near to this low. Now this low didn't clear over here, but this fall very near to this low. And if you compare the NQ fall, too far from that low, same low over here, this is the same low. It is too far from that low where the ES market came very near to this low. That means when the market is falling, she is much more stronger. If you see, she failed to fall this far. Instead of that, NQ has fallen like the ES has fallen. Okay, so just think like that way. This is ES, this is, sorry, this is NQ, this is ES. That means it is fake. That means this market is not going higher anymore. It will fall again because NQ market has fallen more than the ES market. Now it's not always the same. You have to understand when ES is stronger when falling, when NQ is stronger from falling. For that you have to look for that things from daily or weekly chart to understand which is more stronger when falling. So it's not always the ES is stronger when falling, NQ is weaker when falling, or ES is stronger, sorry, weaker when going higher, NQ is always stronger when going higher. No, it's not always the same. So four more candle. If the four more candle, after the four candle, this market close above this new week opening gap, I'll try to take the buy. Instead of taking sell, I'll try to take the buy. So this 50-minute candle, if it close above this line, I'm done for taking sell. No more sell is valid to me. Wherever the candle will close, okay, the lowest candle should be this one. Okay, so now this is going to be my order block. So sell will be from this order block. Just let me see if it fall below or close below this. No, no, it didn't. Okay, so this should be the order block. So the sell has to be from that order block. from there. Stop loss just to tick above this water block, that is going to be like 34 handle. I'm not able to keep it 34 handle. By the way, it didn't give me the entry yet. So what I can do, I can put my stop loss around 20 handle, which is here. That should be the entry. Same thing here, partial around 20 handle, or just make it 24, 20 handle. Okay, so that will be the 20 handle. That should be the partial 1:1. Still there is no entry, by the way, remember that. That should be the partial, and target should be this also liquidity. This should be the entry, so that should be the partial. This is the water block entry. Okay, just remember my stop loss is here, but it has to be here. I'm not able to put it over there because it's 33 handle. So what I will do, I'll put it around this area by covering the low of this gap. Over here you can see this gap. This is the entry from the water block. So the next candle actually gave me the entry. That should be the entry. It is the partial, 20 handle partial, and then hold your trade until the sell side liquidity, according to the water block logic. Why this candle is the water block, not these candles? Because they are above the new week opening gap. So this is the lowest candle I can use as an water block that has traded the new week opening gap. That is why this is the valid water block, not them. Water block means change in state of delivery. That should be the partial because 1:1. Okay, so just go 1:1, 20 handle stop loss, 20 handle partial. That's all. Brother, you are a very good teacher. Drink some water. Your throat must be dry. Yes, man. Thanks so much. I forgot to drink some water. I have to drink some water. Remember that has to be partial. If you don't take the partial over here, you are just gambling. At the same time, if you see this is a gap, which is the last gap. So I would love to see my partial is in a very safe place. So I'm not going to go against the level. It can reverse. Okay, so here. So inside this gap, I'll try to take the partial here. That would be the best if it can, if I could put the stop loss, I'm sorry, the partial level to the top of this gap. That would be the best case of scenario. Just let me see here. Just let me make it like 20 handle. Okay, so here, to see that if it actually the 20 handle, where is the exact 20 handle? Yeah, that is the 20 handle, not here. Actually, you can see here 20 handle from the water block to until the partial level should be the 20 handle, and that has already given to you. Of course, I believe that it will keep falling. I'm just saying that that would be the best area to take the partial. I'm not going to move my partial level because first I showed you here should be the partial, now I'm moving it, but I just didn't see it in a right way. But if you really would love to take entries over here, you have to make it very specific way. Entry should be from that word block tick by tick, partial should be 20 handle. Okay, so it's 20 handle one tick, it should be 20 handle. So something like this, let me try something like that. That should be the partial. Now again, I'm not moving it because I believe that it will keep falling. That should be the partial, and target has to be there. Oh, okay, now you got your partial over here. Okay, so after taking the partial, put your stop loss to the break even and see if it can give you the boom. Okay, so far it has provided you 35 handle from the order block. I taught you in a very specific way, order block, right? So far how much did you get? 40 handle, something like that. Take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. Now hold your trade until this area, because this is the fake SMT. You should think that okay, now it is. What should you expect here? Anybody can tell me that. What should you expect over here? Thank you, Prince, for writing boom, brother. RP, thank you, man, for writing boom. My plan was very specific, guys. Very, very, very specific. I just didn't say that, okay, I will take the buy, I will take the sell. No, nothing. It's very specific. Now, after clearing the partial, maybe I'll get stopped out to the break even because your stop loss has to be to the break even. If I get stopped out to the break even, am I going to cry? No, I'm not going to cry because I have got my partial. Now I'll let this market to fall. If it fall until here, I'm happy. If it doesn't do that, stop me out to the break even, I'm cool with that. Thank you guys for write down boom. Yeah, honestly, I wanna say unfilled gap now. If there is an unfilled gap, I will expect the falling knife then. Okay, so here. Now look over here on the right hand side, this 50-minute candle, okay? So this candle, where did it close? Below this new week opening gap. It has closed below this new week opening gap. Then this candle open, tap to the low of this new week opening gap. Look, it's very clearly. Where did it tap? To the low of this new week opening gap. Now keep watching the market. What did I say? If and only if that candle close above this area, I'm done for looking for the sell. If it close. Now did it close above this new week opening gap? No. So should I look for the buy? Absolutely not. But brother, it's in deep discount. No, it's not in discount. Now it fall here, done every job over there. Everything is done over there. It should go for the liquidity. Where is your liquidity? There is your liquidity. Now you don't need that 127 handle, guys. Just close the trade over here, which is 45 handle. Isn't it enough for you guys? I don't know. You choose. Where should you close your trade? Yeah, absolutely. I am interested to see an unfilled gap. If there is no unfilled gap, that means it will do this type of things. If there is no unfilled gap, it will do this type of things. Then it will fall. Something like that. It will happen like this way. If there is no unfilled gap. But if there is an unfilled gap, for example, there is an unfilled gap, okay? So if there is an unfilled gap, what will happen? Market will just trade and boom. You will see just a boom toward the sell side liquidity. So this is two type of scenario over here. Hey Ahbab, thank you for that boom. I need 24775 at least. 24775 at least. 775 at least. What do you have over there? Okay, I don't know. What do you have? Brother, it is coming for this sell side liquidity, okay? I don't know what you actually explained here, but it will come for this sell side liquidity. This sell side liquidity. Again, just my expectation. I don't know. Okay, I'm not the market maker. I just I'm a guider, so I'm trying to guide you guys why you should not look for buy here, and you should keep looking for the sell from there. If you miss the trade from there, where should be your next opportunity to frame the sell, not the buy? If the market do that specific thing, what should you look for? Buy instead of taking sell. What if the body close above this new opening gap again? Sell is done. You should keep looking for the buy again. How long? Until the 50% of that entry gap. Okay. Unfilled gap 100%. Let's cry because we always want more. I'm still trying to work out how many handles is enough for me mind to understand and stop. Thank you, brother. Look over here. It's kind of how many handle did it provide you? Like 61 handle has been provided of you after taking a 20 handle partial. After taking a 20 handle partial, it has provided you 61 handle. You should not cry, brother, because how can I say? Look over here. If you ever see this type of scenario, be happy. Always be happy. And if you are in that trade, by the way. At 24775, I'll pass funding ticks on account. Shrey, did you use my code? If you used my code, then I will drive this market until 775. If you didn't use my code, then it will never fall for 775. So tell me, did you use my code? 20 to 40, just stop and do something else. Simple. I always keep saying that RP, but most of the people don't give me a shit. They need more. This is the midnight open. Don't think that it is going to hold the market. It can give some respect, but it's not going to hold the market. Okay. Suresh, did you use my code? If you didn't, then You are not going to get. Oh, okay, then it will. I will drive this market until 775. Where is your 775? Let me check. 775, 775, 775, 775. Yeah, here. Okay, you got your boom. Congratulations for passing your eval, brother. Hey, Ibrahim, thank you. By the way, anybody took that sell? This order block I have explained in that video in a very specific way, guys. It's not something. Let's see if it happens or not. How many times I'm going to show you? See, remember this order block? Look at that order block. I just tried to show you the order block. Market didn't give me the opportunity. Unfortunately, it was not so clear over here. Just if there was a clear order block, I would be able to show you another boom over there. Unfortunately, it was not clear. Okay. If you come to this area, to the channel, go to the playlist. Next week, I'm going to take a, I mean, day off, 1 or 2 days off. In that time, please watch these videos. It will help you to understand a lot of things. Okay, this one is the advanced price action. I have explained the buy. Remember that buy and the Asia sessions buy. That was depending on this video. I know it's a bit longer. I'm so sorry for that. Now this is that order block I'm showing you here now. The order block I'm showing you, everything is in this video, in that specific video. I'm just going to share the link. If any of you interested, you guys can watch it. If you want to skip, please go for it. Just skip it. I don't have any problem. Anybody took that sell? Please let me know if you have anyone have taken that late. And please push the like button. 138 people are watching, 65 likes, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say. It's okay. Well done, Sharma. Keep going. Okay, say Sharma. Now it's unlimited payout. Congratulations, Sharma. Congratulations, brother. And thank you so much, brother, for using the code, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you, RP, for boom, penguin, boom, Belmont. Done. What is done, brother? Did you pass any account or just your trading is done? John Vestula, boom, penguin, boom. Thank you, brother. Teja, boom. Thank you so much. Francisco, done. Took. Is this the same Francisco? I keep talking through the Twitter. Is this the same Francisco? Done. Took 75 handle, boom. Congratulations, brother. Ciso. Ciso, SOI. What does it mean, brother? Okay, see you. Okay. Thank you so much, brother. See you again, brother. I'm in sell, Kuba. Just if you are in sell, hold your trade until this sell side liquidity and then close your trade. One tick below this sell side liquidity, no, not accepted. One tick, just one tick below this sell side liquidity, not accepted. Just close your trade exactly to this line. It's better if you close it a bit higher. That's the best, brother. Boom, I took sell, but delivery not clean. Should be expanding fast. Stopped for small profit. Okay, still you are profitable, brother. Ben, congratulations. Hey, Jamie, thanks for that boom, brother. Sesh, thank you, man. Francisco, okay, thank you. Welcome back, Francisco. Welcome back, brother. Raman, boo. Where is my aim, brother? Why did you write on boo? Aim state, I entered late, got break even. Uh, if you are late, don't try to enter. Okay, if you are late, never ever chase the market. If you are late, let that go. So for example, I'm late in this trade. I'm not interested to enter over here. There, I'm late over here to take the entry. I'm not interested to take entry over there. I'm late here. I'm not interested to take entry over there. So if I'm late, I'm done. I'm not interested to enter. There's not even a single gap yet that I can mark as an unfilled gap. That's why I'm not seeing the, like falling knife. So if there was a gap, I would be able to see some kind of 1 2 3 4 candle has cleared this liquidity. Unfortunately, there is nothing. I don't need that. If I get that, means I will see the speed. If there is no unfilled gap, means it can keep consolidating. This market can go a bit higher, then fall lower, then go higher, then fall lower. It can do a lot of these things, and finally it will take this sell side liquidity. That's all. Okay, RS sniper line is fire. Yes, sniper line is also fire, brother. Because yeah, it was awesome. That was the sniper line, by the way. This one invented by Baragan. It's not my things. Okay, I never. Okay, don't misunderstand me. I never actually thought like this way, but Baragan has introduced this sniper line. So I'm really happy because he has shown something that is so beautiful. Look how long I have been a member on YouTube as well. Right now I can't see it, Francisco. But you were with me for so long, I know that. But I needed the confirmation that you and the guy I was talking through the Twitter are the same guy or not. But thank you so much, brother, for being over here, Francisco. Took 35 handle, very clean price action today. Yes, Belmont, congratulations, brother. Yeah, I can see that it's very clean actually. I thought it's gonna be a holiday, but it's not actually the holiday. Instead of that, it's really so beautiful. So far, I mean, it's the consolidating. That means this market is in the range bound. The way I expected it will be, it is exactly the same way, range bound. But still, the PDRs are respecting so beautifully. Okay, the PDRs are very beautiful. Just I'm frustrated by that fall. I was really interested to take the sell from that area, but I'm frustrated because market didn't give me the clean entries over there, unfortunately. Thank you, Ramachidu, for boom. Thank you, Belmont, for the penguin, brother. Suresh, you want to know where my entry and stop loss was? I took two trade and I feel proud of myself. Of course, brother, share it with us. Yeah, I go. Boom, 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 my brother. Thank you. You are great. I'm not great, by the way. Please, brother, teach you how I can put those two chart besides it on's other. You have to pay for this. I mean, if you have paid for the trading view plan, then you can do that. If you didn't plan, like over here, I can't go for three. I can't do that. They will ask me to go to the plus point. I am now in essential plan. Current plan is essential, where I am allowed to use just two chart, and for me, two chart is enough. Okay. There is tiny wanna see unfilled. I don't see any. Where is that? I don't see any, brother. However, so far it's falling. I'm happy. I don't need that unfilled gap. Okay, like it's not something it has to be over there. NT24 844.75, 844.75. So you took the sell from 844.75. Okay, so you took the entry from around that area. Awesome, awesome, brother. And I also shorted 1004 inversion favorable gap for first 1004, 1004, 1004, 1004. Okay, so you took the short maybe here from there. Okay, perfect. I don't have any objection, but either way you are profitable. I'm happy because you took the sell here instead of taking buy, because I saw like some of them actually talking about the buy over there, uh, which I was not interested to see. But I'm happy that you are at least look for the sell. So if you understand the logic, trading is just nothing. Entry is just part of this game. Entry is the easiest thing. All you have to understand why it will fall now. If the 50-minute candle close above this new week opening gap, why it can't fall anymore? It should keep going higher. Like all of this logic. If you can understand them, man, you are in a good place. Kuba 1055, 1055. Oh, it's just one tick or something like that, brother. I don't like to mark this type of gap, you know that. Like I need something very prominent, easy to understand. Jadan, instead of you can use PO3 indicators to have higher time frame candles on your chart. Thank you, Mahdi, for sharing it. Yeah, Abdul Samad Jadani, you can use the higher time frame candles, PO3 indicators to have higher time frame candles on your chart. You can do that, brother. That's a good idea, by the way. midnight open, break it, tap to this midnight open, used it as a resistance, sell side liquidity. So for example, if I were in this trade right now, my stop loss would be just 1 tick above this line, above that candle, just 1 tick above that candle. By the first candle it has closed it, so I can't use it as an unfilled gap. I have to wait for the unfilled gap. I hope that all of you guys understand why the unfilled gap is important, because this gap will tell you that it is extremely bearish. If it doesn't do that, then it will keep consolidating. Maybe it will take that high now, then it will fall. So in that type of situation, it's gonna take a long time to take that sell side liquidity, by the way. Thank you so much guys for being over here. I think I'm done for today's live, and yeah, we'll be back maybe tomorrow. And yep, anybody has any question? If you don't have, just let me know. I'll just close my stream. I hope you have learned a lot, and more importantly, my intention was to show you this price action, that price action, okay, that week, that everything. That is my intention to show you. And then I have decided to show you the same logic from the 50-minute chart and the 1-minute chart, which was exactly over here around this area. The same logic to think about the buy. And this is just the word block trade. Thanks Chitu for today. You're most welcome. Notice when there is a fair gap which is filled less than 50%, the bullish candle that entered the bearish fair gap is very strong order block. Okay, if it works like that way, keep using that session. I really appreciate it, man. My job is to show you the light, and your job is to make that your light is much more brighter than me. So if you find something more beautiful, I really appreciate it, and I love to learn from you guys. That's all I love. Okay. Mm, so yeah, that's all, brother. I really appreciate it. I mean, by the way, guys, I just write down boom. I hope that it will give me the boom, and I'll just write it down boom before closing the stream. I hope that it will give me that boom, that this sell side liquidity will be cleared. I want to see this will be cleared. I tried my level best to understand, to explain the price action, and I hope that you guys actually learn from something from this video. If any of you are new, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and please push the like button before leaving the stream. Until the next time, cheers guys.